Hey guys, it's Brick Thunder, and today we're going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of the Home Depot new for 2023 Lethal Lilly. Alright, so here she is. I'm usually not a fan of witch props, but this thing obviously is the most realistic witch of all time, and definitely one of the most realistic, if not the most realistic, of the retail industry. Her mouth moves, her eyelids move, both of them. Her eyes move in all directions, and her head is on servos. So tons of movement up there in the head, and then all the rest of her is super detailed as well. But yeah, I have not seen this thing in person, not even opened the box. So let's get to the unboxing because I'm definitely excited to see this prop. Here we go. All right, let's begin our unboxing here. So let's open this thing up. I've not looked inside at all yet. So we have some cardboard blocking the paper instructions here, full color, looking pretty cool. She only has one pole going up the body, which I guess is what I should have expected. Not too much of a setup, it looks like, though. So that should be pretty cool. We have the base right there. Pretty standard base. As you can see, there's where the one pole connects, but she does have a support, which is really good. Not going to see that pole snapping too easily. We have her hat right here. The hat looks really cool. There's like this flower type piece on it, and then it's very detailed. She has a ton of creepy cloth that hangs over the edges like that, and then her hair is attached to the hat, like most witches. We got some clothing here. We have her head. The head looks amazing. All right, so let's take this out of the bag here. So half of this head is vinyl, half of it is plastic. And the vinyl side is what feels more like silicone or latex, and that allows it to blink, the eyelids, and the mouth to move super realistically, as you can tell. But she looks great. That is some awesome detail. There's even some like blue of the veins here. She looks amazing, very realistic. So does that mouth. The tongue looks really nice and almost glossy. But yeah, very cool. We have, let's see, we have some arms right here with wires going down both of them. One of those is for the staff. One of those is for the frog. We have her staff right here connected to her hand like that. Actually, some pretty big hands. This thing is 7 feet tall. That's probably to the hat, but we'll see, I guess. I don't think her head goes up that high, and I really wouldn't want it to. It is a witch, so it wouldn't make too much sense. Clothing right there. Let's see. We have a probably hip piece right there. We have a spine piece. We have her whole entire torso piece right here. There is the servo connection that you screw into. But yeah, control box, sensors hanging down, and all the body form as well. Put that to the side there. We have the basket, which is all one piece actually. This is really cool. We have the hand attached, and there is the frog, who is giant. This frog is huge, way bigger than I expected, and then a little potion right next to it. That's really cool. Full detailed as well, all the way around. Very cool piece. We have some cardboard blocking. We have the adapter box down at the bottom. And then we have leg pulls and more pulls for the staff. And that is all the parts out of the box there. So should be a pretty quick and easy setup. Let's go to the setup. Here we go. All right, so let's begin our setup here. So we have our first pull here, which is labeled B. And this is one with supports. So we want to get these supports up here and ready. So this is just going to click down, and then the support will slide into the prong like this. There we go. All right, so that is very sturdy now. So now we can attach our C pole up here, and that looks like it holds the hip piece. And once we have this hip piece on, then we can attach the clothing before we attach anything else. Now with the hip piece, you want to make sure this pin is out first, so you're going to pull that pin, and then we can put this back in place. I do like when they do that for hip pieces because a lot of the times the clothing will pull these right off. Okay, and now we can slide over our piece of clothing. Now this is meant to be oriented a certain way, so I will show you what way that is. It is about that. So there should be like this triangle shape of creepy cloth going down, and you should see mostly green with the dirty pattern. And then you also want to make sure this pole is exposed right here. All right, so let's move the camera up, and we'll continue with the torso. All right, so let's attach this pole right here, and this is the full torso piece, control box and everything. So that snapped in right there. Make sure these wires are going down. And actually, this is the sensor one, so we'll just keep it right there. That will come back out to the front of the shirt. Speaking of the shirt, let's get that on now. So here it is. Very nice quality, actually. That's the first thing I'm noticing here. And it looks really, really good. So you can tell what way it's oriented by the sensor right there, which is in the front. And then we can just slide it over, making sure you have it oriented the correct way. So now I'm just going to re-Velcro a few of these Velcros. Not going to do all of them because we are going to have to access the control box and wiring and stuff. But for now, it is looking pretty good. And those few Velcros should hold it up pretty nicely. All right. She's overall actually a pretty decent size. I can definitely tell you that the hat goes to 7. It's definitely not her head, but she's over 6 foot for sure. We can actually attach that head now to see about what her height is. Yeah, definitely over 6 foot. She's pretty tall prop for a witch. All right, so next I'm just going to add her hat. This is just going to sit up there. You can tell what way this goes just because of the hair. That's all going to be in the back, and also there's a Velcro right up front that you want to do right there. So this is definitely going to help her look a lot. She's not screwed in yet on the neck. That's why it will be moving a lot, especially side to side. But yeah, looks really good. We can adjust this hat however we want, making sure all that creepy cloth is hanging down as well because that looks really cool. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the hat right there. Looking really cool. Also can probably pose that top bit up. If not, you can probably stuff it if that's what you want to do. So next we have the arms. I'm going to start with this arm over here. This is the one that carries the frog. We're just going to slide this up. And then another reason to keep those Velcros in the back unvelcroed is we can come through the back here and attach the prong to the holes right here. Once this is attached, then we can take our hand and basket piece right here. And actually there's one wire I think we should do before anything, just because when we have this prong attached, it's going to be a bit difficult to do that. So that is now wired up. And that's going to light up the frog. And then it looks like we also have a clip here to undo. So you're going to want to undo this clip and then put the prongs in place here. And then we can reattach the clip so this piece does not fall out. And then finally, we can take the elastic bit of the clothing and bring it up to the hand so you don't see any metal or plastic pieces. And that is looking really cool so far. Now let's take our other arm. This one is going to be a bit more difficult. We're going to slide it up and attach the prongs. This part is the easy part. But then we're going to actually have to assemble the staff. There is some wiring that goes into that as well. So first piece of the staff, let's wire this up. But there's also wires that go down because the entire staff glows. Similar to Harbinger of Hell or the Wizard from Home Depot, I believe, did this as well. It kind of glows through the staff, and it looks really cool. All right, so we're going to slide this in. There's another pin that you want to unclip and clip in place. And then we can just adjust the clothing because we won't be needing to access this section anymore. But let's attach the rest of the staff now. So there's two pieces of the staff that attach similar to the 12 foots. It goes in and then twists into place. You can see the pattern matches up as well. And then we have this part, which is going to go in the bottom. You know it's this part because the bottom actually has no connection right there. So first you're going to do this wire, and then we can kind of thread this wire back up into it so you don't see it at all. And then same thing, just put it in place and then twist it to lock. And then at the bottom, there's a little pole that you're going to want to position this over so it stays in place, just like that. And now that completes that setup. So now what we can do, just for a bit of extra detailing, is add this creepy cloth it comes with over the shoulders. So there is no real way to do this. You kind of just pose it until it looks good. But it definitely recommends to put it over the shoulders because this is just kind of a dark brown shirt that has no detailing up here. So you do want to cover some of that up. So it's not too noticeable that there's not much detail up here. But yeah, that already helps a lot and makes it look a lot cooler. But yeah, that completes her setup. That is Lethal Lily right there. Let's go to her demo. Here we go. All right, she's fully wired up and ready. Let's plug her in.
Wait, is it a motor I smell? Please come closer and let me get a good look at you. Oh dear, what's happened to your face? If you'd like, I can turn you into a toad. It would be a definite upgrade, I think. Happy Halloween! Oh, the stars are in perfect alignment tonight. It must be nearly time to help the spirits arise. Oh, I'm so happy you've come to help celebrate. And so have all my critters slithering around your feet. Now, you best careful in this swamp. There are lots of snakes and spiders that would just love to sink their teeth into you. Now, come along into my lair. I'll be sure to take good care of you, my pretty. Oh, you want to leave? It's well known that those who enter my lair never leave. Now come along. I've been waiting for you for quite some time. And, dearie, you'll be fine. A fine potion to make me immortal. I've been brewing a new potion, and I just need a few ingredients that you seem to have. One eye, a liver, a femur. You won't miss them at all. I promise that it will be quick and mostly painless. Did you know I've lived hundreds of years? I know. Shocking considering my good looks, eh? All it takes is a special salve. Blood sure does the trick for this old skin. And you have just the right type. You know what they say, beauty is pain. Ooh.
Alright, so there she was, Lethal Lily the Witch. This is definitely my second favorite life size, second to Cold Hate from Home Depot. She is amazing. Her movement is awesome. So much animation in that head. There is no movement elsewhere, but I think the detail definitely makes up for it. And the lighting. Her lighting is really, really cool. This entire staff glows, and she has the backlights on the staff that light up her face. I usually, like I said, don't like witch props, but this thing is definitely my favorite of any life-size witch ever in retail. The 12-foot witch from Home Depot as well is definitely one of my favorites, but she's not really life-size, so I would definitely say this one takes the win for favorite life-size witch. She's weirdly creepy, especially in the dark. She looks so realistic to the point where it's actually creepy not knowing if it is real or not. And that movement is so lifelike. I forgot to show this on the Cold Hate video, but both of these super advanced props have a lights only mode. Similar to how the 12-foots have that, they do as well. So you can also display them as a static just with the lights. So this prop is $250, which is so fair for this. A life size being $250 is actually fairly rare nowadays, and $250 for something with this much motion and this realism is totally worth it. Overall, I would definitely recommend this prop. But yeah, there she was, Lethal Lily. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.